Hello everyone. Right now I'm reflective of the speech by Martin Luther King Jr. We all know what we've heard it before. It goes, "I have a dream." And many communities have a dream of something better for the next generation. But no matter what happens, there's this one thing that stops them every single time. And if you stay tuned this episode, I'm going to share with you the solution, as well as, you know what, I'm going to throw in even some Shakespeare. Stay tuned. There's a tide in the fears of man, but taken at the flood leads on to fortune. Amid it, all the voyage of their lives are bound in shallows and in miseries, and on such a full sea are we now afloat, and must take the current where it serves or lose our ventures. Thank you. Now, that's a quote from William Shakespeare's play, Julius Caesar. I hope I did it justice. Now, my dad actually was a fan of William Shakespeare, and what's really interesting about my dad is he was the only black man that I knew that was one, into Shakespeare, and two, who was fluent in Latin. So my dad was very, I guess, unique. And I remember he had a lot of frustration when it came to community. He would often get agitated with communities that just did a lot of talking and talking and talking and no action. I think, looking back now, that's where I got that. Those who know me, let me just introduce myself. Those who don't, my name is Colin McLean, and I'm the founder of keepmovingforward.ca. And we work on growing communities and people to grow, overcome, and achieve any challenges they have in their life. In my 25 years plus working community, I found that's been the common denominator to why communities are fail or not able to achieve their dream. It's the failure to act. And when you start, not acting, and you're just lost in the talk, having more research and then talking some more, you've missed the point. And it comes down to, you've got to launch your ships, which is the vessels, towards your dream. You see it off the distance, your dream. Even in the dead silence of night, when you're about to fall asleep, you know why you're doing what you're doing in terms of achieving your dream. You've got to embrace it, and you've got to believe it. And most of all, you've got to have the right crew or the right people around you. Here's what I see. There's a celebration of a launch party for a vessel to go off for the community to achieve a dream. Everyone's cheering, everyone's excited. But when it comes down to the actual rowing towards the destination, some of our supporters, who are our crew, start falling a little bit short. Trust a person not by their words, but by their actions. Now, quite often, I see that in communities, we're all sailing towards one direction, and we see the other ship, and we may not be going as fast as the other vessel towards a dream. And what do? We start bad-mouthing, self-sabotaging, turning within ourselves as a pure mutiny happening, and then we take that over and try to sabotage the other ship. It's much like a pirate mentality. And I know it sounds kind of harsh, but we've got to stop all that. We really do, because we have to go as like fishermen to go out to deep sea fishing, go together. And I'm reflective of the African proverb that talks about, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And I encourage you all to let's start going together towards our dreams. When the winds of uncertainty, the winds of change, the high waves come, it becomes scary. And is your crew and yourself going to power through the storm towards a destination, or are you going to be like many communities and start rowing back to shore when things get a little uncertain? But when you do that, here's what happens. They park the boat and they look at it, talk about it some more, talk about the dream. Everyone's pointing to the dream in the distance, but no one's taking the will to act. The ship, in the meantime, the vessel that will get you to your dream, is now rotting. There is rust happening. Barnacles are weighing down the actual vessel, and before you know it, your ship is now a shipwreck right on the dock of comfort. And then we wonder why on our deathbeds as to why didn't it work? I shoulda, coulda, woulda, and I really do not want to have that on my deathbed. So the 25 years plus I've been doing community work, I found that the lack of action is definitely, keeping us from our dream. I'm here to tell you, gather your crew, find the crew, judge a person not by their words, but by their actions. Because if you don't go out there sailing towards a dream, how do you expect the youth out there to follow in our footsteps if we are not the captains of our own ship, our own destiny, and our own dreams? I hope you found this inspirational. This is Colin McLean signing off, and to quote my late mother, yes you can, and I know you can. Keep moving forward and looking upwards. Keep sailing through. Don't give up. Persist, believe, achieve, and most of all, take action. Take care.